What's up, everybody? I want to tell you about Anchor. If you haven't heard about Anchor by Spotify, it's one of the easiest ways to make a podcast with everything you need all in one place. Let me explain. Anchor has tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. When hosting Anchor on Anchor, you can distribute your podcast on listening platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and more. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. And best of all, Anchor is totally free. So download Anchor, the app, or go to anchor.fm to get started. And I'm a veteran, so let's hear some more military cadences. What's up, dudes and dudettes? Something that I have been meaning to talk to you guys about that I keep wanting to, but then I always forget. But then I'm like, today I'm going to remember. And that's that nasty, disgusting Jared Fogle, the dude that used to represent Subway. Which I'm still super angry that Subway never released any statement or anything condemning or saying, apologizing, anything. They kind of got away with, in my words, not murder, but they kind of got away with not having to deal with the PR that everybody else has had to face when they have hired known pedos, allegedly. But let's play this and then I'll rant more.
The story you are about to hear sounds crazy, but I can promise you it is all true.
Jared Fogle went from a nobody to a somebody. He became an icon.
He helps children all around the world. He's someone you could look up to. As a journalist, I came to know Jared Fogle better than anyone.
There were cameras all throughout the house.
I had evidence of Jared saying what he wanted to do. He was an active pedophile. I didn't know where it would lead me. I just wanted to find out the truth.
Rochelle said, Jared from Subway wants to see pictures of my kids naked. And if I don't, he's going to kill me.
He needed to be stopped. That's when I became an undercover asset for the FBI.
So they're releasing a whole whatever on this dude. It's called Catching a Monster. I don't even know what program it's on or channel or whatever, but I definitely need to watch it. But it's a docu-series. There's going to be officers, FBI, all that. How she befriended Fogle after he made several inappropriate comments about minors. And Jared from Subway, Herman said she'd hoped to obtain enough evidence to be able to bring him to justice. She recorded several phone calls between she and Fogle and eventually became an FBI informant. She had evidence of him saying he wanted to do. He was an active pedophile. According to her, the docuseries Herman says she made Fogle believe she was someone he can confide in, though she was in reality providing information to the FBI. When Jared boasted about having sex with minors, it was beyond disturbing. Herman said in docuseries Monster is too kind of a word. Several of Herman's most damaging phone calls and recordings are included in the series. In one such call, Fogle bragged to Herman about paying to have sex with minors in Thailand. We can get whatever age we want, Fogle said in the phone conversation featured in the docuseries. Fogle continued to tell Herman that he had access to minors of different ages in Thailand. Herman recorded the conversations with Fogel for 3 years until he was finally arrested. His arrest came alongside the discovery that the executive director of Fogel's nonprofit foundation, Russell Taylor, sent child pornography to the subway pitchman. In 2015, Taylor pleaded guilty to 30 child pornography and sexual exploitation charges for his acts against 9 children. He was sentenced to 27 years in prison. Subway ended their 16-year partnership with Fogel in 2015 after the FBI raided his home. Fogel is currently serving a 15-year prison sentence in Colorado prison. The earliest he can be freed is March 24, 2029, according to the Federal Bureau of Prisons. And once again, I do not understand how Subway continued in a relationship with this man. Like, I know that someone had to have said something. I mean, and they never even issued like a statement, which is just beyond wild to me also. So Tiger Woods, his ex claims that she's due $30 million after she was tricked into leaving their home. He pretty much told her, like, get ready for a trip. He sent her on a little short vacay, and then he changed he pretty much locked her out. So she wants $30 million from the dude doing that, which is, I mean, it's funny in a way because it's like, lady, it's Tiger Woods. Sorry, I needed a drink of water after that Jared thing just continues to just annoy me so much, and I still do not like the fact that Subway never said anything about nothing. It's kind of like, he's doing his time, and I feel like they got by unscathed, which is kind of not cool to me. I'm just reading all this. There's so much garbage today in the news. It's out of control. And I don't know what I want to talk to you guys about besides that Jared thing was like burning my butthole. And I had to say something about that. Let's see here. They're just still talking about the whole thing with the Americans that were killed. There's like so many stories about what happened, why they were there. None of it still makes sense. I would hope that no one died over getting a BBL. I still can't believe that. So the scientists have revived a zombie virus that they spent 48,000 years in frozen permafrost, but for some reason they revived it. I don't know why, or I read it and it still made no sense as to why they felt like it should be revived. I mean, they say it's not a threat, but I don't know. It's kind of stupid. And yeah, allergies are out of control right now. So if you guys are having some allergy issues, it is happening everywhere. Were masks useless? We'll never know. We'll just never. I think that they were nice for not being able to talk to people. I do know that. Sean Kemp, I don't know who he is, but he's some NBA player. I guess he's retired, and retired NBA player. But he admits he smoked marijuana during his days as NBA superstar, and flat out says he has zero regrets because weed is safer than pain pills. TMZ Sports talks to 50-year-old hooper, 6-time All-Star League, who played in the league from 1989 to 2003 about weed. So I guess this isn't a terrible story. I mean, a lot of people smoke weed in the NBA. That's not shocking. But for some reason, he got arrested. I don't know how that went along with the weed story, but he was arrested for an alleged drive-by shooting Wednesday. According to Tacoma, Washington PD, an altercation between two cars broke out around 2, which results in shots being fired in a shopping mall parking lot. Cops say one car fled the scene and a gun was recovered. No injuries were reported. 50-year-old Kemp is still in custody. So you guys go from talking about weed to him shooting someone. Interesting. And of course, this is on TMZ. Cher's boyfriend, Alexander Edwards, said he loves Cher's kids. Cher and Alexander whatever his name is, Alexander Edwards, are still going strong. He's hanging with Chaz and Elijah Blue. They're his guys, he said. Him and Cher are still going strong, even though they have a 40-year age gap. I think it's... Listen, Cher, she's still good. I ain't mad at her. If that dude is still blowing Cher's back out, it's life is life. Let's see what else we got here. Kendall Jenner and Bad Bunny are dating. If anybody cares about that, I don't. Harry and Meghan's kids are officially recognized as prince, as princess. I can't keep up with them. Are they got out of it or not? Carol Delevingne opens up about substance abuse. Disturbing pics pushed her to get help. Yeah, that girl was really cracked out. She's finally speaking out about her struggles with substance abuse, something she claims she's been battling with the help of a support group. The actress is on the April cover of Vogue. In an interview with magazine, says her world practically came crumbling down in the midst of the pandemic. In her 30th, she says she even locked herself in her house before realizing she desperately needed some help. Kara explains the true wake-up call was pictures taken last year showing her looking really bent out of shape. She says sometimes you need a reality check, so in a way those pictures are something to be grateful for. Kara says she reached out to some of her closest friends in September after that, with then coming over crying and telling her you deserve a chance to have joy. As we reported, Margaret Robbie was spotted visibly distraught while leaving Kara's home the same month, although it's unclear if this was the same meeting. Soon after her group discussion, Kara says she entered rehab and a 12-step program. This process obviously has its ups and downs. I wonder what drugs she's on, because the girl is definitely on drugs. I mean, if you just Google her, share with us so that we can learn. But money does not make all happy, guys. Once again, some people are still going to be cracked out no matter what and who happens. I know this voice is really ridiculous. Let's see what else is going on. That Jared Fogle thing was like something I really wanted to speak about that I kept forgetting to speak about. There was also a 5th person that was with the 4 Americans kidnapped before they crossed into Mexico, but she wasn't able to cross because her papers weren't right, so that actually saved her life. A 6-year-old who shot teacher won't face charges, prosecutor says. I hope they have the kid in counseling, though, because literally, I don't know. I mean, I know that young kids, these new age kids know way more than we did at our age. At that age, so the fact that he went to school, and there were several reports before about the kid being violent, so I hope they have that dude in serious therapy. More fights on Southwest airplanes in Dallas. Not shocking. Yeah, man. Let's get into some Dear Abby, because try not to keep it too depressing today. It's just always something going on, and so many wild, disgusting things happening that I just want to move on to other people's problems that seem not so important. I know I read one of them earlier, so I know there was one about cheating. So here goes. Dear Abby, I caught my wife sexting with another man. I found out today that my wife was sexting with a man in another state. His girlfriend sent me a message which included a series of screenshots. I confronted my wife regarding this prior to receiving the messages, but she swore she had sent only one topless photo and nothing else. After I reviewed the messages, I saw much more. She claims she doesn't remember everything, which I find hard to believe. Worse, they had planned to meet. She claims she didn't, but I saw a message saying that once I went back home, we were visiting her parents. She would stay an extra week with our son so he could spend more time with the grandparents, and she can maneuver up to meet him. She claims she didn't, but I can't believe her based upon her repeatedly lying. We have a child together, so I don't want to walk away, but I'm deeply hurt and no longer trust her. I know you will recommend marriage counseling, but beyond this process, is there anything I should do? Long lost in the East. And then she says, Dear Lost, has your wife always been this way, or is this behavior something new? She seems to be severely allergic to the truth. By all means, attempt marriage counseling if she is willing. However, if she isn't, have some counseling without her and start interviewing attorneys to represent you in what is likely to be a divorce. Without trust, there can be no marriage. P.S. Save those messages and images the girlfriend sent you because they could come in handy. I agree. And once trust is lost, I mean, I really don't know how you get it back for real. Like, it's kind of hard to go back from that. Here is another one. I'm 59 and the oldest of 4 children. When we were kids, our parents were raging alcoholics. They smoked pot and were barely functioning adults. As the oldest, I was tasked with caring for and raising the other 3, which I did to protect from my parents' nonsense. We were never close to our parents or our father, and our father passed some years ago, which left our mom, who continued to live her booze-filled life. She was a terrible mother. She never protected us from any of our father's verbal or physical abuse. My brother still has nightmares about him now that our mother has dementia. My siblings make a lot of effort to spend time with her. I refuse to have anything to do with her. My sisters say I should make amends because she won't live forever. I've made my peace with it all, and I'm fine without what I never had. My siblings think I should just get over it because she can't remember anything and then she can't remember. And then she said, because she can't remember doesn't negate the fact that it happened. I've had a fantastic life and my family without her being part of it. I'm truly happy, and am I wrong for standing strong on my decision? She said, because your mother can no longer remember what a failure she was doesn't mean you must magically forget. She has reached a point where she is beyond any help. You can forgive her. Now it's time to take care of yourself. If you feel it's better to stand strong in your decision, that's fine. Do not allow yourself to be guilted otherwise. And I agree with that. I mean, listen, I'm kind of in the same similar situation with my stepfather. Like, I see him, but I don't go out of my way to be, but I do desire and care for my peace more. And I think that a lot of people, they just don't, which is fine, but that doesn't mean you have to be like them. So I definitely agree with standing firm. Let's get into some Reddit commentary. I've seen something interesting here. If it can go there. So here goes. I fell in love with my friend, plot twist, since I moved last January. But I did not just fall in love with her in a short period of time. This has been going on since last year. She's not aware which sexuality I identify. She knows, though, that I have a previous relationship with a guy, so she probably thinks that I'm straight. I decided to confess my feelings to her before going back from vacation, as I felt like I'm taking advantage of her. She said she's not mad nor does she feel any awkwardness, but now we rarely talk. She doesn't respond the same way she did before with our conversations. It's just sad. I'll probably lose her in the friendship we built. And a lot of people, I mean, they said that's a normal occurrence. Yeah, you kind of made it awkward with that confession, because although you told her what you told her, she clearly isn't reciprocating. And now she's probably like, doesn't want to give you those vibes. Somebody said give her time to adjust. She may be wondering how to act around you and relate with you without it coming off as her being a tease. Yep, just what I just said. Very awkward. Let's see what else we got here. They always have something going on. Just going through and seeing what's a good one that we can talk about. What is something that mentally or emotionally broke you, Jamie? Filing my dad's bankruptcy, getting him diagnosed for early onset Alzheimer's. Yeah, that's pretty messed up. Caring for parents. Yeah, when your parents get old, it's definitely a reality check. These are depressing. I gotta stop. Read them. What makes you feel like there's no hope for humans? We keep repeating the same mistakes. That is true. Churches hiding child rape. Yeah. It's hard to come by genuinely nice people nowadays. No one looks out for each other and will just be rude when it's not hard to be nice. It's free for all out there. I think like in the age of technology and stuff too, like I know when I grew up, we didn't have all that. So we did talk to our neighbors. We did actually have to interact with people. And we weren't like I'm doing now, talking to you through this device. But yeah, I think the days of us like actually socializing, and yeah, it is sad. I would hope it doesn't take natural disasters and things like that to bring communities together, but we are losing that part in society where we would just come together willingly for something good versus like some drama or some kind of something. Like, that is sad and unfortunate. Let's see. The whole disregarding facts based on how you feel, it's always happened, but now it seems to become commonplace. If enough people feel the same way, they just give some sort of credence as if they're not all just idiots. This can apply to any group. True. Someone said I work retail. I lost hope in humanity a long time ago. You know, some people are just super selfish. I've worked at a donut shop as a teenager, and I remember us closing, and at the end of the day, we would donate our donuts to the homeless shelter, and people would literally come up and beg these people for donuts, literally, because they just had to have one. Like, people are just so greedy and so I just don't even know. Let's see. Those who are in the dating pool, what new things do you look for in a partner that you didn't used to? Someone who has a good work-life balance and isn't constantly stressed or overwhelmed by their job or other obligations. Of course, ambition and drive are important, but I've learned that it's crucial to find someone who can prioritize their mental health and take time to relax and recharge. Wow. That's a lot. Do you have time to relax and recharge? I mean, I know that I don't, because when you get that first off day, it's kind of like you take care of all the things that you've been needing to do for the week. And then also, if you are dating, that's a lot, because then you have to like get your outfit, your hair, your this, your that. You have to put on this personality and act interested after you've had this long 40-hour work week. Yeah, good luck. I've started to pay more attention to someone's emotional intelligence and communication skills. It's one thing to be physically attracted to someone and have chemistry, but it's another thing entirely to be able to communicate effectively and work through conflicts together in a healthy way. Interesting. I think emotional intelligence is a good thing, but how can you find out that really fast, like while dating? Because a lot of people can pretend to be somebody they're not for a long time, my friend. These days, I'm looking for someone who's good with money, can fix a leaky faucet, and has a pantry stocked with non-perishable goods in case of a zombie apocalypse. Oh, and they also have to love my cat, even though she's kind of a jerk. Those are good qualities. Good with money. Like, what do you mean by that? Because some people can appear to be good with money, and then you see their finances and they're all jacked, because once again, people put on facades when they're dating. So good luck with that. Someone said if they recognize signs of a stroke. A lot of people are saying financial stability. A lot of people say that, but I've met a lot of men that have nice cars and nice things, and I'll find out that they're absolutely broke because they spent all their money on the appearance of having these nice things, and then the next thing you know, after a while of dating, they're calling you like, can I use your shower? My water's cut off because of this $900 Mercedes payment. Yeah, I've been there and done that. So like I said, beware of a guy that looks like he has, even if he has a good job, he can still be absolutely terrible with money. So I don't really know how through dating that you find out somebody's really terrible with money, because people will fake it till they make it, man. Let's see. This should be interesting. When was the time you found out the person you were seeing, talking to was crazy, like really, really crazy? Someone said, I once dated this dude from Ireland that turned out to not from Ireland. He was faking the accent and even lied about his name. I ghosted him after we found his real name and mugshot online. That reminds me of Alec Baldwin's wife, Hilaria, because she was pretending to be somewhere abroad, but she was like literally from Boston or something, which I thought was pretty funny. Someone said like 10 minutes, if that, into meeting this guy at a bar, and I had already told him my name 3 times. He asked the 4th time, and I said I wasn't going to tell him again. He grabbed my hand and squeezed it hard through clenched teeth and said, tell me your name. Never turned around and cut out so fast in my life. That is crazy. That is very crazy. And I'm glad he showed you that up front, dude. Yeesh. Some of y'all are the crazy ones, and I can't believe you guys are actually putting this out. When people say, like this one for instance, I have a serious mental illness and regularly talk to others who do as well. That said, the only people I've talked to that I would describe as crazy are the conspiracy theorists, self-proclaimed free thinkers who have done their own research on everything from anti-vax nonsense to Earth being flat. People who believe the moon landing was faked, or believe that global climate change isn't real, or believe that Trump won the election. People who believe that what they want to believe in the face of any amount of evidence or proof to the contrary. Ironically, these people also prattle on about truthiness or truth, insisting that they are the ones thinking clearly and others are emotionally attached to their idea or are too dumb to go against for themselves. Those people are crazy. Interesting. When she started stalking me after I broke up with her, hundreds of messages every day, showing up to my house at 3 a.m. and trying to break down my front door. Dude. She told me her boss that she could sense witches and evil, sinful people when they approach her at the register. Also goes to church that cures blindness and those without use of their legs. Religious, crazy, another kind of crazy. Listen, though, I can sense evil, so I'm not going to beat her up too bad on that. We'd already split, but we're still living together. Her dad got her a new car as in that year noon. She keyed this crap out of her car and tried to pin it on me, which nobody believed because she was so herself. That is crazy. But why would you still live with somebody you broke up with? I dated a friend that has bipolar disorder and schizophrenia, a special case where he may get to the point of thinking he is a wolf. He tried to kill himself a few times. He's a nice person and super talented artist, but surely he's very complex to have a relationship with. Plus, he's a typical man, always finding the next woman before dumping the current one. I consider him a good old friend, but today I'm so glad I found my husband, who is the complete opposite of that guy. When y'all write these sentences, like sometimes the guy thinks he's a wolf, but he's a good guy. Sometimes I question the sanity of the people that wrote this. Like, what? What are some of these? This is a good question that I ask myself every day. What is the point of going to work a job you hate for 8 hours only to come home, be so burnt out, so tired, and you don't even have enough energy to spend the money you've made? Somebody said, you're right, the system is broken and the wealthy are just mooching value off your labor. Join a union, fight for better conditions, more vacation time, better wages, longer weekends. General strike, April 2nd, join the fight. Someone said the fact that you have bills to pay and you won't be homeless, so you don't want to go, but you do what you got to do until you get a better job. Somebody said, sounds like a fantastic way to save money, but yeah, if work is running your life, you need to change, not really anything else to it. It funds my responsibilities until they're grown and out of the house, I must continue to do so. The pesky thing we humans do, eat ideally with a roof over our head. Most people want a nicer roof in a neighborhood of nicer roofs, so they work their job. They hate to do it. Listen, we all are in the rat race of working and being too tired. I literally just mentioned that earlier. But, we could live a little less above our means, but that in this society might mean that you would be living in the hood. Or you'll be living with the... I really don't even have a problem with the hood. I have a problem with the fear of roaches and rats because I know that a lot of inner city houses are like infested with those things. And so that's my thing. Like, if I did move back to the hood, which I would never have a problem with, can you like burn down the whole house, rebuild it, make sure that like there's no roaches and rats around? Those are the things I fear. I would love to live less, but like as what I'm paying now, but that is the truth. We pay to live these nice lives in these suburbs, and we just have to keep doing it and waking up and doing it, and we come out in these cookie cutter picturesque neighborhoods and we go to our jobs and we do it over and over again just for a glimpse of the weekend. And the spring is coming, I'll plant some flowers that's gonna die in the summer, and then you just do it over and over again. And I don't know, this is just life, man. That's why we're all talking about it together. We're all one big support group, and we're all gonna make it together. Yes, because we're family. guys, that is it for me today. That Jared thing still makes, if you eat Subway, I hope that you are reminding them of the cruel thing that they did. I just don't like it. You know, people attack Walmart even more, but Walmart hasn't came out with any known pedos, even though I know pedos probably work there. I'm just mad that Subway never took accountability for that. I just don't even like it. I'm going to find out what this documentary is on. Let me see. I don't even know if it shows. What is it on? Where can you watch it? It says Monday on Discovery Plus. So, if you have Discovery Plus, you can watch it. I'll be watching it just so I can just be mad and I can report back to you guys. So this is always bothering me, and this is literally why I don't even eat at Subway anymore. It's bad enough I don't listen to R. Kelly no more, and now you guys are still out eating freaking Subway, putting meat in your mouth. Gross. Like, yuck. This is my biased opinion, but I just don't think anybody should be supporting them until they acknowledge that they had a spokesman for 16, I think they said 16, 15 years with this guy. F is for Family is signing off. I hope you guys have an amazing day. We are almost to the end of the week, which I'm very thankful for. It is Thursday where I'm at, so yeah, I'm just looking now like one more day. And I love talking to you guys. I'm going to try to do a weekend podcast. My weekends are just so like busy, or just I don't even feel like talking sometimes on the weekends, but I am, so we can have a fun upbeat one. And maybe you guys can go over to my YouTube, which is Love and Marriage on YouTube, at Love and Marriage on YouTube, and you can see my face. And yeah, I'll do a live one eventually, which I've done a live one before, but I'll do more. You guys, I'm signing off. You guys have an amazing day. Officer Family is out of here.